What's up, everyone? This is Sean Heineman. I am the host of It's Scary to Remarry. And today's topic, I want to talk about why today's dating scene is trash. I hear a lot of people talk about this, and I just want to give you a quick testimony before I tell you why today's dating scene is trash. Let me explain. First of all, when I went through a divorce, of course, that's the whole reason of the show, right? That's why it's called It's Scary to Remarry, because when I went through a divorce, I had to deal with, am I willing to get back out here and date after working on myself, after working on becoming the best me that I can become? One of the reasons I think I held on to my first marriage too long was because I didn't want to get back out here in the dating scene because I knew what I would be up against. No knock against anyone. I understand, everybody's not trash. So when I named this show, when I named this episode that why the dating scene is trash, I'm not saying this is everyone. I'm just saying this is just from my experience and from what I hear other people say who are in a dating scene. So once I went through a divorce, that was an issue for me because I didn't want to get out here and try to date again and just go through that whole process of trying to know someone. I guess it was more of, I was almost maybe being more comfortable with just staying in a marriage that I didn't think was healthy for the both of us. So that was one reason why I held on for longer than I thought, because I didn't want to get back out here. And I knew I wanted to eventually remarry again. I knew I did. I just had to work on me and becoming a better person. So that's just a little bit of my testimony as to why I didn't want to get back out here in the dating scene as fast. And I've been blessed to be able to find a wonderful wife who I love and adore. So I'm definitely blessed in that area. Let me give you these three real quick, because I don't want to hold too much of your time. Number one, don't get offended by any of these comments that I'm making. If you have any issues, just comment below and we could talk about it as well. I love my comments for those who are subscribers and to those who just happen to come across this video as well. Number one is we just live in a hookup culture, right? This is the first reason. Hookup culture, we just get to sleep around with different people. And I understand, no knock against whoever wants to do that. A lot of people, it's convenient for a lot of people, actually, with the hookup culture that we live in. It's very, very beneficial, especially for guys, right? Because for years, guys kind of been on the short end of the stick when it comes to getting into relationships, or kind of want to quit it and hit it and quit it kind of things, right? But a lot of times it becomes tiresome after so long. You get tired of sleeping with people, and all of a sudden you start to think to yourself, wow, am I really worth more? I'm worth so much more than penis or vagina, right? Like, I'm so much more. Like, there's people that's always taking from us. And after so long, we get tired of it. And, you get older and you start to realize, man, maybe I shouldn't have shared myself with so many people, and again, there's no knock on people who like to do it, but I'm just saying for those who are actually tired of living that lifestyle and want something more, and knowing that your worth and value as a person overall, that you're worth more than a piece of penis and vagina. Look, I'm raising 3 young boys, and I'm teaching them as young men to value their bodies, that everybody shouldn't have access to your body like that. Always remember, the value of a diamond is how rare it is. So, you just don't want to become that everyday cheap knockoff, if you will. But anyway, that's number one. I think it's because a lot of times we're just quick to hook up and move on. Number two is granted, with today's social media, and because I met my wife on Instagram, social media has done people amazing miracles as far as connecting with people and meeting people online. But we just live in this swipe left, swipe right kind of culture, right? It's almost as if we have it's like going to a buffet, right? You go to a buffet. When you go to a buffet, you have no plans on eating portion sizes, right? You're going into a buffet to eat until your stomach hurt. And a lot of times, I think that's what happens when we live in this kind of culture where we just swipe left, swipe right. We're in this big buffet of people that we can always meet and always connect with. And sometimes I think we need to understand self-control. I think sometimes we maybe need to just step back a little bit and you know, just because we bored, we just want to go and connect with somebody. I think we should just kind of calm down a little bit and just, you know, work on ourselves. When you go to a restaurant, you're only eating one meal. You're getting exactly what you pay for, one meal. When you go to a buffet, you have everything in access, right? And I think that's how it is with today with social media and the dating apps. Again, it can be a double-edged sword. It can be a wonderful thing, but at the same time, it can be a bad thing. I think sometimes we just like to hook up with people just to hook up with people because we don't have nothing else to quote unquote do, or we always have to go on a date. Look, when I was going through my divorce and I was by myself for a season, I went to the movies by myself. There was a lot of things I've done by myself. I just wanted to enjoy my own company and to know what I wanted as a person before I got back into this whole dating scene thing. And then the last but not least why today's dating scene is trash is we never really take time out for ourselves. We never call a time out on dating and just say, you know what? Let me just work on myself. Let me just do everything that I need to do to get myself together. Let me focus on my credit. Let me focus on my health. Let me focus on, you know, whether if it's the promotion at the job or even kids. Some people are single parents. Let me focus on becoming a better parent. Let me focus on becoming a better me overall before I decide to get connected with somebody else in their life. Let me get counseling. Let me work on my personal issues, things that I regularly don't share with everyone that I run into. Let me work on my inner me so that way I can become everything I need to be so I can find that potential someone that I want to marry. And everyone doesn't want to be married, and that's cool. But at the same time, we all really, at the end of the day, desire to be loved and to have a healthy relationship. And I think when we don't take that time, when we just constantly running through relationships, running through people, connecting with other people all the time, it never gives us a chance to focus on us as an individual. Because sometimes you can get into relationship after relationship after relationship, and you're just dating the same person with different faces. And a lot of times that happens because you never really take the time to deal with your personal issues. I don't care who you connect with. A lot of times the problem isn't the other person, it's us. And we attract those people. We give off a certain kind of energy that we attract a certain kind of people into our lives. So we want to make sure that we ask ourselves, am I really being the best person that I can be? Even when I got married, this time, I want to make sure that I had a therapist, that I could see somebody every 2 weeks and really deal with all of my junk because I'm human too. And one thing I realized as people, we are all broken. We all have issues that we are dealing with in this life. And I think we can find that potential person when we take the time to work on ourselves. So I think a lot of times that's why today's dating scene is trash, because we never really take the time to work on ourselves. And don't get me wrong, it sucks to work on yourself, to say, I'm the reason why my relationships have been failing. It's a sucking, I mean, it sucks. I get it. But if you're willing to do the work, it will pay off for you in the long term. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Make sure that you subscribe to the video as well. Share this with a friend. Share this with someone you feel who might need to watch this video. And make sure that you subscribe and leave a comment below. I am Sean Heineman. Let's change the dating scene. Let's not make it be trash anymore. Let's just become more people of value. I'll talk to you soon, people.